It was time to break out my genius.
Hammond?
Yes?
This is an SS-18, nicknamed the Satan. It was targeted Ross-on-Wye.
Was it?
That's what that says.
I think it must be damp.
Oh, hang on.
Hammond! Hammond!
I don't want to set the world.
Now gathered on three sides of the border with Ukraine. Tanks and infantry fighting vehicles parked up near Ukraine's northeastern border, near the Russian town of Voloiki. These videos posted on social media, confirmed from different angles, and geolocated by CNN. The Russian buildup includes heavy armor, including elements of the elite 1st Guards tank army that is now moved to within 20 miles of Ukraine. Also on the move, a substantial number of short-range ballistic missiles, known as Iskanders, with a range of some 450 kilometers. Further south, long columns of military vehicles rumble along a highway near Rostov-on-Don. A CNN analysis of Russian movement shows the extent of the buildup in Crimea, to the east and north of Ukraine. And in Belarus, the Russians have released video of the large-scale exercises being conducted with Belarusian forces, exercises that include top-line Russian hardware. Among the equipment being paraded, S-400 air defense systems and Su-25 ground attack aircraft. Those exercises are extensive. According to NATO, the largest Russian military presence in Belarus since the fall of the Berlin Wall. But CNN has also geolocated Russian military movements a long way from those exercises in the far southeast of Belarus, and just over 10 miles from the border with Ukraine. This convoy, including multiple rocket systems, headed south in the last couple of days. A long way south, the Russian Navy has begun drills involving more than 30 ships in the Black Sea. They're exercising in the Black Sea a mix of forces that include several large amphibious ships. The latest satellite imagery also shows a buildup of troop accommodation and units close to the Black Sea in Crimea. Altogether, the analysis of social media videos from Russia, when added to fresh satellite imagery, shows a relentless buildup of forces that seems almost complete, as rear bases are emptied and units take to the roads and rails.
What we've seen just in the last 10 days or so is an acceleration of that buildup and the movement of Russian forces of all varieties closer to the border with Ukraine in a position where they could launch a military action very, very rapidly.
To Rob Lee in the Department of War Studies at the University of London, Russia's current military buildup near Ukraine is unprecedented. This is not like previous war scares or the buildup in the spring of 2021. The amount of Russian aerial, ground, and naval military power near Ukraine now is quantifiably far greater. That's the view of Western governments, too. The capabilities have been assembled. The Kremlin's intent is still unknown. Scott McLean, CNN, London.
Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Kokidash, giving double honor to the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessings for pushing this truth and sincerity. And the Bible Bull, it's the brother Apostle Dash. Come at you again with another lesson. This time, I'm gonna bring out a couple verses, right? Because when you look about what's going on in the world right now, you know, you got that World War III. That prophecy is starting to come to pass, even more than what it already has, right? Right? Because you got Russia getting ready to invade Ukraine. And then you got the American government saying they know for sure that they're going to do it. It's not a matter of they might, they may not. Like, they know. You know, they know for sure. And a lot of people going, well, what they got to do with us? You know, Ukraine is sided with the U.S. All right? And if Russia can do that, other countries will start to do things and not consider the U.S., not consider consulting them or NATO and the EU and all those type of things, which leads us to the third woe, which is known as World War III. All right, it says, I'm gonna grab this. Bear with me for a second. All right, this is Revelations 9, chapter 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more after. The first woe was World War One. Two more come. We had one, World War II. So World War III would be the third one, right? And then you go here to Revelations 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, because when you think about time relatively, it's only been like 80 years since the second woe. That's, a life. That's one lifespan. That's one lifespan. Right? And this is basically Yahushua speaking to the disciples, because they asked him, for the sign of the times at the end. Right? And World War III is one of those signs. This is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right? So we supposed to rejoice when we hear these rumors of war, and we hear about Russia want to invade Ukraine. The U.S. going to put sanctions on Russia if they invade Ukraine. Things like that. Because then we know, like, oh, yeah, the prophecies is heating up. All right? They're heating up. Because don't forget, we got the mark of the beast that has to happen too. All right, this is Matthew 12:25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. The house of Esau is divided. Right? Because you got Russia and the U.S., the superpowers of the world, they no longer teamed up. All right, of course, Russia was known as the Soviet Union, and they was on the same side. One of the wars, I believe it was World War II, but, right now, that come together spirit is not on the heathens, not on anyone. The Lord said he coming to bring division. Right? He coming to separate the righteous from the wicked. And these heathens, they gonna get separated too. As you see. That's why scriptures talk about how the house of Jacob shall be a flame and the house of Esau shall be a stubble. Are we going to leave their house as a stubble? It's not going to be one Edomite left after their 1,000 years of bondage. But it's just speaking on right now, what's going on now. The rumors of war, they here. It's all here, man. This verse 7 says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right. Hey, it's going to be a lot of that stuff. It's going on now. Food shortages, pestilences. We got the Rona. All right. Earthquakes in diverse. It's thousands of earthquakes happen every day now. All these are the beginning of sorrow. All right, I hope this is edifying. We're going to give our praises to Yahweh. Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Kokidash, giving double honor to Apostle Elder's great millstone. Peace and blessings to we're pushing truth and sincerity and above bull.